Hey guys, this is Kaveh, and in this video I'm gonna migrate an existing code base from Room database to SQLDelight. So first of all, let me explain a little bit about the project. This is a Compose News project that we are working on, and in the market local module we are using the Room database, but we plan to migrate this project to KMP. So one of the tasks is migrate this module from Room to SQLDelight, because Room is an Android specific library, but SQLDelight is Kotlin specific, so you can use it in JVM environment, native environment, and so on. Everywhere that you can run the Kotlin code, you can use SQLDelight for it. So this is the official website or document for SQLDelight, but there is a very little document. It is very minimal and bother me a lot to use it. There is multiple environment you can see. We want Android one to use it in the project. So first of all, we must add SQLDelight dependencies to our project. As you can see, we need to apply a plugin and SQLDelight DSL itself, that here we define the database name and package name that SQLDelight use it. So that's it. This is the minimum. Also, we want the driver dependency for using it in Android and so on. So let's jump in the code. I use the version catalog for version management, and let me add the SQLDelight dependencies. First of all, we need its version SQL, and then we need some dependencies. Define the dependencies. Here I put it here. All right. SQL. The first thing is Android driver. The second thing is coroutines extension. We want it for using flow and other stuff. And the third one is for testing, that I'll explain it later. I take them from the document from coroutines. Here it's explained how we can get a flow from the SQLDelight database. Also in testing, yes, this is a tiny explanation about setting your test environment. Good. I added it, and let's sync the project. Unfortunately, I forgot to add the plugin itself in the plugin section, so I added it like this and resync the project again. In this step, the version catalog file is okay. So the next step is config the build Gradle for the local module. So we jump in. Yes, market local dependency. First of all, we must apply the plugin itself from version catalog. The next one is the SQLDelight DSL. Paste here. I named it market database, and this is the package name for the SQL files. I'll show it in the next step. Let's sync the project to recognize this DSL and so on. And in the last step, we want the dependencies for our work. I added here. In the next step, we can now write our queries, because in SQLDelight, in opposite of room, we must write some queries, creating table and other queries that we want them. So but we must switch to the project view to view the directory of SQL files. In the data local, in the main folder, we create a new directory. Yes, I named it, yes, SQL. Also in the next step, we must to install the SQLDelight plugin to help us, and as you can see, it's generate the directory for us, and we use it for syntax highlighting, auto completion, and other stuff. So I highly recommend it to install its plugin, SQL. Yes, this plugin. Yep. And after that, as you can see, when on the main folder, if I want to create there is a new item for creating file or table for SQLDelight. Also in the directory, it's generated the SQLDelight specifically that I config here, ircomposenews.db, and simply I use it. And in this directory, we create a new file called markets for our market list. I want to put my all markets in the app. Let's see the previous implementation. I think it's better. I can close this file as well. We don't need it anymore. Yes, we don't need it anymore, and switch to the Android view. Let's jump in our local module. In the first step, we must look at the table. So as you can see, we have a market list table with fields such as ID, name, symbol, and other stuff. Its primary keys is ID field. So again, I use my code to speed up the developed process. As you can see, I add a ID, name, and other stuff like my room table, but the string types convert it into text. This is a very important tip, that SQLDelight follows the SQLite syntax, not traditional SQL syntax. So Because of that, if we want double, we must use real, or we don't have any boolean type. We must use integer, 0 for false and 1 for true. Also, I marked these as unique and not null, and mark the ID field as primary key. And for the is favorite, I defined that the default value of it is false, but this is its syntax in SQLDelight. As you can see, it is very convenient that use in Android specific project, just Android project, it is more suitable to use Room instead of SQLDelight, because it's very simple and do most of the things in the library by annotation and so on. But for KMP, there is no alternative except SQLDelight. But yes, this is it. We must learn a little bit SQL syntax. So this is our table. I named it market entity, and let's go for the DAO, database access object. We have some queries: get market list, get favorite one, insert and upsert. Yep, let me copy the other queries. In the next step, let's implement these two queries. Simply, we name it get market list, and we can write our queries. Let me reformat it. As you can see, right now we have auto completion, and yes, select all from market entity, order by name. You can see the all field of the table and other appropriate option. Yes, and at last we use semicolon. And this is the next query. Let me format it. Good. So, but in the these two functions, we must write proper SQL queries. And again, I copy from my previous code and paste it. Let it resize. So, as you can see, for insert market, we use insert or replace, because in the Room version, we use insert, but in the conflict scenario, we use a replace strategy. So in the its equivalent query must be something like that: insert or replace into market entity or table, and this is all of the column that we want put it. So all of the column route it here, and values tell the query that I want replace ID to ID, name to name, and so on. As you can see, this syntax in SQLDelight generate a function that named insert market with these parameters: ID, name, symbol, and so on, and infer their type according to the type that we mentioned in the table definition. So let me format it. For the absurd scenario, I want to insert a market entity into table, but I don't want override the is favorite field, because maybe the user favorite and market, but when incoming data from APIs updated table, we want to preserve the favorite state of the market. For this purpose, we mentioned all column except is favorite, and for the value I don't mention the is favorite parameter for it. So that's it, and we convert the market DAO into all queries that we want. Yes, that is. In the next step, we can simply remove the this room annotation from the DAO. I don't delete the entire DAO because I want to use this interface to consist in my code base, because if I show it to you in the market repository implementation, I injected the interface, not any implementation. I provide it by hilt, dagger hilt. So I want to create a market DAO implementation and provide it with hilt in here. So I don't want to edit the other part of my code. Yes, and let's delete this line and format the code. Excellent. Our market DAO is good, but for the local market DTO or database transfer object, we don't need it anymore, and we can simply delete it. Let's find it and delete. Yes, I delete it, and we must replace it with the data classes that SQLDelight generated. I think yes, a market entity. This is a auto-generated class by SQLDelight, and as you can see, yes, this is a class according to the table that we are defined in the markets SQ file. And every place that we use the local market DTO, search for it in the entire project. This is the Java. Oh, in the test folder. Let's open it. The next place is also in the mapper. Mapper implement. Also we use it in the here and here. So all right, we must replace it in here in the test section. Replace it. As you can see, we must replace it with the integer long version. This type is long right now, I think. Yes, long. So it is okay. In the mapper, let's jump into, I need this market to market entity. I rename it. First fix this section. Indeed, yep, if, or we can says is favorite equal to 1, it's become true, and this will is true. And in this scenario, we must wrap it with an if else statement. If is favorite is true, return 1, else return 0 for that. And let's rename it to proper name, to market entity. Yep, I think it's good. Oh, yep, we must move this before it, because in this step it is a boolean type. After that it's become a long type. Okay, that's it. Our market repository implementation is fine. In the next step we can also we must delete this file. I'll do it in the DI section. Yep, I add a new file for the market DAO implementation, a class file, market DAO impl, and it's implement market DAO. Let's implement all of its function. So let's copy paste from my code. I'll do this. Let me find it. Yep, here. But I think we must provide the DI, I think, because we want queries and other stuff. So in the next step we rewrite the DI itself. I think it's better. All right, in this section we need application for creating the database, but this market database must be deleted. We don't want it anymore. Delete it, I don't care. Let me increase the brightness of my monitor. Yep. We use market database that's generated by SQLDelight. This name is equal to in the Gradle file we name it here, and we use it like this. We can delete all of the room stuff, and first of all we must create an instance from a driver instance, Android driver with type of SQL driver equals to Android SQLDelight driver, and its parameter, it needs a schema market database dot schema, the application class, and the name of DB. I call it market database. And in the last step we return it. Market database with the driver. Okay, for providing the DAO, we need DAO as parameter, but the implementation version market DAO and DAO. In this step, our DI module is configured. All right, let's jump in. For accessing the all functions that SQLDelight generated, we must an object calls queries that are part of the SQLDelight database. For this purpose, we want an instance of the database. So I inject it with constructor injection. Yes. DB with type of market database. Good. As you can see, it's provided from this module. So let's format it. Queries. Now we says that db dot market query. No, let me check. Call it market query, but they didn't recognize it. Why? Market. Let's rebuild project. Maybe it's fixed. Okay, let's check it again. Yes, it's generated. It's required a build for this object. As you can see, markets query, markets. Yep, it came from here. Market database, markets query. I don't sure exactly this name comes where comes from. Markets, I don't know. Let's pass and continue our implementation. So for getting market list, we can use it the query dot get market list. We convert it to flow, and it's required to map to list. Finally, with explicitly we need specify the coroutine context, because we are using the version 2 of SQLDelight, but in the previous version it doesn't require it and use a default dispatcher for it. But in this version we must explicitly mention the proper dispatchers. So, and in the next step, for the favorites, we call it query dot get favorite list, convert it to flow and map to list, dispatchers.io. Yes, I use dispatcher.io because in the document also mentioned this dispatcher, and I follow the document. As you can see, query result emit a new result every time the database change for that query. This is our expected behavior for our purpose. So for insert market, for inserting, let me just copy paste the code to speed up our implementation. So, oh yes, we must rename this parameter to proper name, market entity. Yep. And rename it here as well, and it's okay. I use this scope function for prevent to redundant its.id, its.name, and so on. Simply I used insert market from queries. Let's see the implementation. Oh no, it's directly jump into the its query implementation that we mentioned in SQL file. Okay, and the next step and last one is inserting or observing the in this file. Let me put it here, and that's it. Our implementation done. Right now the database access object is implemented as we want. We set up the DI step, and right now let's rename these files too, because I don't like local database and other stuff. Let's rename it to market entity. Yes, market entity, and rename this object. This is a fake entity object for testing. In the next step, I think we must go for rewrite our test setup to work with SQLDelight. All right. Not favorite market, favorite. Yep, this is good. Okay, yes, we must go for overwriting the test. I think the most amazing things, or the main advantage of SQLDelight over Room database is for testing our DB in Room, we must define Android test, and these tests run in the emulator, and it make it so expensive in aspect of time to run all of the tests. But in the SQLDelight, because it doesn't depend on Android itself, we can move these tests into test folder and write unit test for it. And yes, this is a good and huge advantage of SQLDelight. For creating the test folder, I must go to the file manager in the data local src. We can simply rename this folder to test. That's it, and it's done. Because we just have a single test class for DB itself. So in this step, we can simply delete this line, because we just need the database access object. In the test cases, we must change these dependencies to test implementation. For access these in the test folder. So the next step, we must configure the database. So I just copy paste it here, and ODB. Yep. Import these classes, and we don't need the close strategy for DB. I use this setup from the doc in this testing section that, as I mentioned before, I copied it, but I want the DAO for my purpose. So I added these two lines and use this object to into my test cases. So I think that's it, and let's run the test and see everything is fine. Passed. Yes, all tests are passed, and I think it's done. Let's recap what we do in this video. First of all, we add the SQLDelight dependencies and set up the SQLDelight database in here. After that, we must install SQLDelight plugins for Android Studio, and in the next step, we create the table, a file for a table and all queries that we need in the DAO file. After that, we removed all room database annotation, but I forget one thing. I forget one thing, that we can remove the room dependencies from our project in this step. If I don't think have any issue. And in the next step, yes, we remove these annotations. We add the market DAO implementation. Also, we remove the local market database, and so on. Rewrite our DI module to provide our SQLDelight database. the DAO implementation and so on. We rewrite our mapper. In the last step, we override the test scenarios and make it right. This error is for issue in syncing the project for my network issue, but everything is fine in this step. That's it. You can see the entire code in the Compose News repository soon. Right now it's on the this branch, but we will create a new branch for KMP version of Compose. We want to keep both versions, the pure Android version that use retrofit, room and other Android specific libraries, but we create a new branch for KMP version that use SQLDelight, Ktor and other Kotlin specific libraries. That's it, and see you in the next episode.